On the feast day of Corpus Christi, I celebrated the Mass, and during the homily I asked, how many times can one receive communion in a day? I got a variety of answers. However, the majority seemed to be of the opinion that you can receive communion as many times as possible every day, while there were some who thought that they can receive Holy Communion only once per day. Are these common assumptions true? And if not, how often can Catholics receive Holy Communion in a day, and under what conditions? Hello friends, welcome to Pills of Faith and Liberty with DESSY. On this channel, we try to give you tips and inspiration to help you find God and walk with Him in your daily life. So, if that's what you would like to do, click on the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I publish new content. I am very sure you have once upon a time wondered how many times we could possibly receive Holy Communion in a day. Too much of everything is bad, and the same applies to the too many receptions of the Holy Communion in a day. That is why the Church regulates how many times we can receive Holy Communion in a day. Canon 917 states, and I quote, "A person who has already received the Most Holy Eucharist can receive it a second time on the same day only within the Eucharistic celebration in which the person participates, without prejudice to the prescripts of Canon 921, paragraph 2. So, what does Canon 921, paragraph 2 say? It says, even if they have been nourished by Holy Communion on the same day, however, those in danger of death are strongly urged to receive communion again. In fact, Canon 921 and Canon 922 talk about what we call the Viaticum. The Viaticum is Holy Communion given to those in danger of death. When we administer Holy Communion to those in danger of death, it is as if we are giving them provisions, in this case spiritual food, to help them on the journey they are about to undertake. It means that based on Canon 921 paragraph 2, a person who is in danger of death might have already received Holy Communion twice already in the day and still can receive a third time. For instance, a man receives communion at morning mass on Saturday, then at 10 a.m. of the same day receives communion at a funeral mass. Then, as he was returning home, was involved in a car accident and was rushed to the hospital. The priest who attends to him can still give him communion again, even though he has already received it twice the same day. This third one, received in danger of death, is called the Viaticum. Another situation in which a person can receive Holy Communion thrice in a day is a priest who has permission to trinate. To trinate or trination refers to when a priest celebrates Mass thrice in a day, while to binate or bination refers to when a priest celebrates Mass twice in the same day. Therefore, we can see that based on Canon 917, we are allowed to receive communion at most twice a day. And the second time must be within the Mass, except for the two situations we have just talked about, that is Viaticum, in danger of death, and trination. So, why does the law allow for the reception of Holy Communion at most twice a day, and not as many times as we wish? I shall state two reasons. First, according to John P. Bill et al., it is to prevent the abuse of receiving multiple communions out of superstitions, ignorance, or misguided devotion. Superstitious belief, as if to say, the more Holy Communion I receive in a day, the more powerful I will become. Ignorance is simply the lack of knowledge, either of fact or of law. Misguided devotion can arise when a person believes to have so much devotion to the Blessed Sacraments that he or she would daily move from one parish to another to take part in the Eucharistic celebrations. So, for example, 6 o'clock in the morning, he is at parish A. 10 o'clock in the morning, he is at parish B. And 2 p.m. in the afternoon, he is at parish C. And 6 p.m. he is at parish D. all on the same day, such that he or she has no time to live out the gospel in the ordinary events of life. This definitely is a misguided devotion. Another reason for the law restricting the reception of Holy Communion to at most twice a day is to promote active participation in the Holy Eucharist. If I am conscious of the fact that this is the only Mass I am permitted to take part in, I will do all I can to stay attentive and benefit fully from the celebration. There is a famous prayer which is found in some sacristies. It says, "Priest of Jesus Christ, celebrate this Holy Mass as if it were your first Mass, your last Mass, your only Mass." This simple but powerful prayer can also be said of the lay faithful. That is, lay faithful of Jesus Christ, celebrate this Holy Mass as if it were your first Mass, your last Mass, your only Mass. Can you imagine how fruitful every Eucharistic celebration would be if at the beginning of the Mass you will tell yourself that I have come to celebrate this Mass as if it were my first Mass, as if it were my last Mass, as if it were my only Mass. The most august sacrament is the Most Holy Eucharist, in which Christ, the Lord Himself, is contained, offered and received, and by which the Church continually lives and grows. The Eucharistic sacrifice, the memorial of the death and resurrection of the Lord, in which the sacrifice of the cross is perpetuated through the ages, is the summit and source of all worship and Christian life, which signifies and effects the unity of the people of God and brings about the building up of the body of Christ. Indeed, the other sacraments and all the ecclesiastical works of the apostolate are closely connected with the Most Holy Eucharist and ordered to it. This is what the Holy Eucharist means to us, and this is what it does for us, and so we must continue to hold it in high esteem and give it all the adoration and the respect that it deserves. If you enjoyed this video, hit on the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you will be notified each time I publish a new video. See you in the next video.